made wings and homemade macaroni and cheese.
Nice.
There you go. The stream is live. I don't know if anybody's in here yet.
Hopefully I'm hoping it streams over. All right, we're connected to a device. And I just click the go live on the Facebook. We'll see.
Yep.
Do you guys ever go live on TikTok?
I do. I go live on TikTok.
How many followers do you have?
I have about 5,600.
That's good. I'm trying to boost my numbers.
You trying to reduce it?
No, I'm trying to boost it.
Oh, I was like, that's weird.
No. I try to boost it so that way I can try and boost my business.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually just got a huge order from a natural medicine doctor out of New Mexico.
Nice.
I'm going to start making all of his products that he sells to his patients.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, the huge.
Well, I don't see it streaming. Hold on, let me get out of this. I know we're live. We got one comment already.
Princess Moonshine.
Oh, Princess Moonshine.
That's his daughter.
Yeah, we're live. Here we are. Cool. Hey, Brian. Hey, John. Chris Fortner. Doing great tonight. How you guys doing? Lisa seems like she needs a little cough remedy.
I make something for that.
Her and I've talked about that in the past, so please.
I make all kinds of stuff.
Please introduce yourself for everybody and tell us what you do, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Nicole. On Facebook, I'm Nicole Buckheim, but in real life, I'm Nicole Bowen Wiley. I'm known as Botanical Mama on TikTok. I have been an herbalist for the past 19 years.
Wow.
I use my great grandmother's recipes for my products. I have a business called Crush Botanicals Apothecary. My website is crushbotanicals.com. I make everything is all natural. I make handmade goat's milk soap. I make all natural incense. I make herbal teas. All my herbal teas are either wild crafted, substantially sourced, where you don't have to worry about having any pesticides, insecticides on the herbs. Everything is all handmade. I have, I think, 189 different herbal blends, everything from acne, ADHD. I have 9 different anxiety herbal teas. I make stuff for blood pressure, blood sugar reducing. Basically, you mentioned you need it. I probably make it, or if I can custom blend it for you. I make stuff for hormone women and teenage hormonal issues, as well as men's health. Basically every tea that I have, I can make into a tincture or an extract. My extracts are made with coconut glycerin, vegetable glycerin, and all my tinctures are made right now with gluten-free alcohol and water.
You need to start making that with moonshine, my moonshine.
Well, yeah, I actually do want to. I actually want to try it with moonshine. I've been making it with muscadine vodka.
Oh, wow. Now you got my interest.
Well, because it's also it's still 6 times. So has a very unique flavor.
Wow.
I would like to try a moonshine. I had a moonshine at one point in time that I used, but it didn't mix well with my herbs.
Okay.
But I would like to, I'll try yours. But I also make aloe skincare. So it's made out of the leaf fat that grows around the kidneys of a cow. I render down my own. It takes 6 days to a week to make it. I infuse it with magnesium oils. So I make a magnesium oil as well. I make a pain and inflammation relief tincture, but then also make an oil that I can infuse into either a plant-based salve or plant-based oil or a tallow butter.
Well, you just do it all, don't you?
Yes.
Get it going on.
I make
Okay.
shampoo and conditioner. I make laundry detergent. I make room and body sprays. Basically, you name it, I make it.
That's awesome.
I'm sure there's something I missed, but
That's
right
cool.
now is the time of year where I'm finding like dandelion and cleavers and all the stuff that's growing in your yard, all your spring plants that they call weeds. I use in my products.
Right. Everybody says weeds, and I learned a long time ago when I was going to college. I took some college and have 2 degrees in horticulture, and during that time, I learned that the definition of a weed is an unwanted plant. So it really is.
Well, so I have a book of the plants of the Cherokee Nation. The only thing that's in that book that I totally disagree with, that they say that you can use, is poison ivy and poison oak.
Well,
I am not quite sure what you would use for either one of those.
piss somebody off, get revenge or something like that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can see that, but I mean, you're not going to go rub it on your body. That's why I make my jewel weed and my plantain salve. If you ever
There
do
you go.
get poison ivy and poison oak, which I have the. So,
I was just trying to be silly.
oh, I know you are, but I mean, but I was just being serious.
Well, thanks for coming on tonight. I really appreciate you being here. I follow TikTok a lot, and I apologize. And I've not run into
yes.
yet.
Your
See, nobody does.
anti-anxiety.
That's the problem. Every time I try to see, I don't like TikTok unless you can get people to do kind of like what you're doing, where you can actually talk to people.
Right,
Unless you invite people into your live,
right.
you don't know who you're going to get on there. So I used to do when I used to own a storefront in Dawsonville, Georgia. It was called Elemental Rocks and Herbs. My issue was every time I would do a live, I would invite people or people would want to join me.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want them on my live.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
would
never
you?
know what you're going to end up with.
Wow, that's good.
So, I mean, I really like this format.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it.
I'm going to try and get on there now that I have a house and I have a warehouse where I can make everything.
Sure.
I'm going to try to do more lives as far as like, as I'm making the products and as I'm bottling the products. I met a lady 2 or 3 weeks ago who has nodules on her lymph nodes,
Oh, wow.
as well as on her thyroid. So I'm doing whatever I can. Like she bought my poke root salve that I make, which is a drawing salve. I also have a charcoal salve too that draws out things. I'm not going to mention what they are, but it's amazing. So my products help so many different people, and I have people reach out to me all the time saying, "Hey, do you have this?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." They're like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yes." So a little bit about me. I thought I was in perimenopause. According to my doctor, I am not. I'm postmenopause.
Wow.
So if that's the case, then I push myself through the peri and through menopause by myself.
Wow.
Through my herbal teas and through my hormonal salves.
Wow. I think every woman needs that. I'll tell you what.
I have so many friends who are suffering. They're like, "Oh, we're taking this, we're taking that." And I'm like, "Why are you taking that? That's not doing anything to help you." But it's because they saw it on TikTok or they saw it or their doctor said, "Here, try this."
Yeah.
I'm a fool for that. I fall for a few of those myself.
Well, I mean, you have to pick and choose. Okay, so for example, okay, I need some of my products that I have so you can kind of see what I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Nicole, before you do, let me take in with the people that are in the comments real quick. I just want to say, everybody, thanks for coming, and I see you in the comments. Hello to every one of you. I appreciate you coming in. If you have any questions for Nicole, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, let me know because I can answer them.
And I'll try to keep up with the comments. Lisa and I will both try to keep up with them. If you have any questions to ask Nicole, please feel free. And I just want to say that hello to everybody for coming in. Appreciate you guys, really do. This woman's very knowledgeable, knows her shit.
Can I continue?
Yes, you can
Okay,
continue.
sorry.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
So this is, I don't know if you can see that or not. That's my Hormonal Harmony tallow butter. That's what I used. So I infuse my own herbs. I have my own blend. I infuse my own herbs either into a grapeseed oil, typically, because olive oil has a very short lifespan. And then I make my own magnesium oils. I take 3 or 4 different kinds of magnesium, infuse them into a like a distilled water type thing, and then I have a special way of blending it into the tallow. The stuff is absolutely amazing.
Nice.
Every day, men, women, everybody can use it. Well, teens through whatever can use it. And every day you just put it on a different part of your body and use it. The stuff is just amazing. But I can make it any scent you want.
Nice. So does it have its own scent without adding scents to it, or?
So when I make my tallow, I have a special process to where it doesn't smell like nasty meat, beef.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have a smell.
Good.
And when I whip it up, it's light and airy. And I have this amazing tallow scrub that during Christmas, a really good friend of mine, she had me make like 4-ounce jars. And we went to like a white elephant party. One of our family members smelled it. They were all fighting over it. So I just like handed it out to people going, okay, here.
I think I did see a video of you making that.
Probably did.
It takes a long time to whip it up just right.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah, you were saying don't be getting discouraged about it taking so long, but it takes a while and it will do it.
It takes a while, but it's worth the effort.
Cool.
I mean, I make it in like a magnesium butter, a sugar scrub. I mean, basically everything I make. Like I have a night under eye butter for women who wake up with puffy eyes or like dark circles under your eyes. It takes that away.
Nice. Heck yeah. I get puppy eye from hangovers.
I actually have a hangover tea.
Oh, shit.
I have several detox teas too. I have Candida, I have parasitic, I have lymphatic, I have a cleanse and clear. I mean, people ask me all the time, does your tough stuff taste good? I'm like, does medicine taste good?
Yeah.
But my mom always said it tastes bad because it works good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some of it tastes good. I mean, like you can add honey to it, but
Right.
I don't recommend like the monk fruit and all that other stuff that came on the scene in a couple years ago.
The what? The monk fruit?
Monk fruit.
Yeah. Okay.
People using that for flavor.
Gotcha. So,
Sorry,
you said
I'm a dog.
No,
You
you're
said
good.
you had a few.
No, that's fine. That happens a lot.
I have a lot of those. I have 3 of those.
Nice.
Yep, I do too.
So that being said, do you make things for your pets as well?
Yes, I do. So I have this one skin cream that I initially made for hot spots. And like as dogs age, they get that keratosis stuff on their nose, the crusty dog nose, and like for their paw pads and stuff. And now I started putting that on my face because my friends swear by it.
Huh.
They say it's absolutely amazing. It's the best thing ever. And I was like, okay, what do I call it? I'm like, I'll just call it that cream. Because it's
I like
cream.
it. I like it. That's pretty cool.
Kids like this right here, that's my whipped tallow butter.
Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me get you on the big screen again. Dadgummit. There we go. Solo.
That was really good.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
I can smell it.
Smell-o-vision.
It's lime and the coconut. That's what this flavor is. Or scent. So it's like a coconut, but it's like fresh smelling. But then I also have it like in unscented too, and the unscented doesn't smell bad.
Wait.
Doesn't smell like anything. I mean, plus if you put it on your skin, your dogs are really going to love you. Because they really like the way it tastes, and it doesn't hurt them. That's the good thing. A
Not
lot
that
of these
they don't-
products you buy for your dogs, would you put it on your skin?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Not that they don't love you already.
Well, no, mine love me. Mine are all rescues.
Yep.
That's good. That's good.
I have pits. Everything's like some kind of pit bull or some kind of bull terrier or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I have too.
I try to concentrate on whenever I go get pets that I get rescue pets. So the last one we got, she ended up being a white lab. She's from
Really?
Puerto Rico. She's Puerto Rican. Yeah.
The
She was,
last one I brought home, her mama's a bull terrier and her daddy's an XL bully.
Wow.
That's what the mother of my dogs were. She
Roy,
had,
Collier just made the comment about your product. He says, "Put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning."
Yep.
uh,
I mean, I've had people. I have a good friend. He's like, "Well, can you get Victoria's Secret scent?" And I'm like, "Maybe. Why would you want to put that on your skin?" But whatever.
yeah.
So I found some that didn't have any of that, any kind of parabens, nothing artificial in it. It smelled similar to it. It's not exact, but she likes the way it smells. I mean, I think she paid like $300 for all the stuff that she got from me. She got my magnesium oils, my tallow butter, my pain relief. She's like, I need more pain relief. How much is it? She's like, oh, that's not bad. I'm like, no, it's not. I mean,
No,
I don't overcharge like some of these places do. I don't.
No, you seem to be very reasonable.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did have the pleasure, the chance and opportunity to go to your website, which I should post up here so other people can go to it. It is on my page, y'all. But your prices are very reasonable. I was like, wow, okay. I'll definitely be a customer. No question about it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I try. I mean, there's some people who sell tea like in jars. And I'm like, you know how expensive it is to mail a jar?
Yeah.
I do.
You do. So, I mean, like, for example, so the doctor that his name is Dr. Mike Walker. He's a natural medicine doctor. And he messaged me about one of my teas that I had. And he's like, well, he's like, I really like your ingredients. So I trust your products, whatever it costs. It was a 2-ounce bag. It was going to cost me $38 to ship it to New Mexico.
Damn. That's a lot.
So he's like, whatever it costs, I don't care. I want your product. So I'm like, okay.
Cool. Yeah, sometimes that shipping puts a hindrance on a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, that was FedEx too.
I know there's things that I've shipped out that it's like, are you kidding me? The product inside the box is not worth that.
Right. So, I mean, I just have to pick and choose where I go to ship stuff off. I have a product that's called, it's a skin healing oil. So about a week or so ago, I got one of those TikTok cheese graters, and I was attempting to clean it, and I cut my finger.
Ow.
I put this stuff on it, my skin healing oil.
Gotta get the big screen.
My skin healing oil, and it almost healed up my finger in like a day.
Wow.
Nice.
That's impressive.
So,
Nice.
but I love my products. People love my products.
Nice.
I just try to offer something for everybody. I mean,
absolutely, yeah. And there's so many different things out there, and there's so many different ailments that we're all looking for, and there's so many things also that are false. They just blend some stuff together here, and this will heal you.
Yeah.
the best thing to do is to stay away from Etsy.
Yeah. With your
Etsy, TikTok, it's just like, well, now you can't post anything. But I mean, every time I try to post anything on Facebook saying, "Hey, I have this product," Facebook likes to shut me down.
Got another question in the comments. Chris Fortner says, "Have you ever made anything for Lyme disease?"
I actually have a line inflammation tincture and a tea.
Wow.
My dad was diagnosed with Lyme disease in 1991.
Then I got
there's so many side effects over the years that come with that. from stomach ailments to breathing issues. You would never be able to, like, you wouldn't realize they were actually associated with Lyme disease. But I do have a Lyme disease tea as well as a tincture that I created for actually a friend who has that.
That's amazing. I have heard about that, about Lyme disease. Once you have it, you'll never be the same ever again.
It'll be in your blood, but at least with the tea or either with the tincture, at least it knocks down the issues that come with the disease.
Wow, that's good to know. Wow,
I also make a blood purifier tea that helps as well.
that's what I need.
It actually works. I mean,
The alcohol is not doing it.
the alcohol. Well, no, I mean with. I know, but even like with my tinctures, if you have an issue with alcohol, you can take a dropper of my tincture into a glass of water, 8-ounce glass of water, and drink it. You'll still get the benefits of the herbs if you have an issue with alcohol.
Right. Okay.
Or you can take a hot cup of water and put it in there, and once it dissipates, you can give it to your child.
That's good to know. Well, Nicole, there's going to be periods throughout this podcast where we do a thing where I ring a bell and we all do shots. So if you want to partake, feel free. If not, I understand.
Well, I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
I didn't inform you. I'm sorry.
You didn't inform me, and you didn't send me anything to drink.
Well, you can just watch
I
it.
didn't think about it either.
I'll figure it out. Let me see.
There's the bell.
Is that the drink? Is that the time? Okay. Wait now. What flavor is yours?
Well, glad you asked. Because that's time for a commercial. Right there, I'm drinking what I made a s'mores. And just recently, today, Renee from Sweet Tooth Memories made me a candy from s'mores in honor of my granddaughter Raina. We call it Raina's S'mores.
Aww.
So yeah, let me enlarge that real quick. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
Raina's S'mores. She's the one that gave me the idea to make a s'mores shine. Actually, she thought, when she came up with the idea, she thought Papa made beer.
Well, you know.
Yeah, right.
Slightly different.
Yeah.
And so I had to do that in honor of her coming up with a s'mores beer, if you will. I did come up with a s'mores shine. And so I had Renee do a candy for me. And you can get that on Sweet Tooth Memories, y'all.
Yep. Yeah, she was on 2 weeks ago.
Roy, in the comments again, Roy Collier asked, what you got for ED?
I actually make a men's health boost.
There you go, Roy.
And it works.
And it works, he says with a grin.
I made it for a friend. I made it for a male friend. We don't talk anymore because he got married. But,
for a friend.
well, no, it wasn't for me. I was not associated with that. But no, he was actually younger than me, and he was having problems. There's more and more men in their 30s who are taking stuff for ADHD. They're taking Adderall. They're taking blood pressure meds. They're taking all this stuff. It all has an effect on that, and the doctors don't tell you that when they prescribe the medicine to you.
Right.
So I make stuff to counteract the medicine you are taking.
Chris Fortner says, I have spinal line meningitis. On my brain, I have 2 spots. Well, Chris, if your doctors aren't helping you a lot, maybe you ought to look up on Nicole here, and maybe she got something for you.
Find out, well, are you doing any kind of chemo, any kind of radiation? Any of that? I mean, because I make a chemo detox and a radiation detox, because typically that makes cancer worse, not better.
Wow.
I also make an ECAC tea too. Good. Out.
Yes, yeah.
You're gonna make me go broke.
Sorry. Well, my dad had non-Hodgkin lymphoma twice, and he's still here. One of my really good friends, we don't talk anymore because she's got some other issues, but she had Hodgkin's lymphoma. I made her a tea and a detox. They told her she had 6 months to live. That was 6 years ago.
My
If that
bestie,
tells you anything.
my bestie's going through her breast cancer again. It's on her liver. So
Chris Fortner says, "No, ma'am, I'm just winging it.
Winging it.
Winging it."
If you can get him on to like, can you add my contact information so he can contact me and maybe I can help him?
Lisa, can you help me out with that? Or
yep, I can send him your link to your.
It's the only way that I can comment. I have to connect to YouTube.
can you put it in the comments, or do I have to do it?
Do you want him to have your Facebook profile? Is that what you're asking?
That's fine. It's Nicole Buckheim on there.
I'll send
Or
that
he,
right
or he
to you.
can message me on Crush Botanicals Apothecary too.
Roy Collier says he's a cancer survivor over 40 years.
That's really good. I'm glad.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have a sufferer of COPD. What do you recommend?
So for COPD, I actually make several syrups. So like this time of year, people are suffering from like allergies. At least they are here in the South. So I have several different allergy remedy or allergy relief teas. But then for COPD, I have a lung clearing tea as well as a lung clearing syrup, which is amazing. Actually created that for somebody who had COPD.
So what do you use? What botanicals do you use for that lung?
Give me a second. I will tell you. Well,
Okay.
I'll tell you a little bit of what I make, what I use. I don't tell everybody what I put in it, but I'll tell you a little bit.
Hey, I was always told.
Lungwort is one of them. Lungwort is an amazing fungus, lichen, whatever you want to call it.
Pulmonaria.
Well, there's that too. But I have my lung clearing syrup is great. Mullein is great for that. Peppermint, calendula, lemon balm, yellow dock, herbasante. I mean, there's so many different herbs that are out there that actually open up the airwaves and allow you to breathe better. I can provide relief for it. You can't exactly cure COPD because typically it's damaging of the lungs and of the esophagus. It's typically burning it, making it raw, whatever. But at least the lung clearing syrup at least helps alleviate some of the side effects and the symptoms.
Good.
I also have a lung clearing and stop smoking tea too.
That's what I need.
And people swear by it. They swear it works.
Oh man, I'm hit you up, girl. You and I are gonna become best friends. I can see it coming.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got some issues myself. I'm not gonna throw it out there, but every time I go to the doctor for this shit, they give me these meds, these pills that seem to have weird side effects. It doesn't help me with the other that I went in there for, and I'm like, what the hell? I end up with all these bottles of pills everywhere, and I don't know which one's which, what to do with which one. So I started making some of my own tinctures, and they seem to be working pretty good. There's something I want to point out too, Nicole, and you can verify this for me, or tell me I'm wrong. It's just like a medicine, if you will. It doesn't happen overnight. You can't take it and boom, I'm fixed.
It's not. There is not a cure-all. There is not a one-stop shop for this. Right. You have to use it religiously. You can't just say, "Hey, is this going to work now?" You might find instant relief from it, but you need to continuously take it, or at least if something doesn't work for you now, switch it up. Try something different. I mean, that's why I have 9 different anxiety teas, because I've had to make them for different people for whatever their needs are. I have this amazing tea called Relax the Mind. It helps with like the ADHD, the constant overthinking type thing, but allows your mind to slow down to where you can sleep at night or you can sit there and study. And I have parents that are buying this stuff for their kids who are in college or in high school, whatever, who have test anxiety. And without my tinctures or my extracts, they wouldn't be able to function.
Yeah.
I've gotten people off of their normal meds.
Yeah.
It's just giving you an alternative. I mean, whatever you're taking, don't quit cold turkey, but it gives you an alternative to the natural benefits.
I know. When I was in school, both in college, I was having problems with that, and the doctor put me on Strattera, which it worked pretty good. It wasn't bad, but the side effects, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, if you sit there and watch TV and they talk about all these different pharmaceuticals, the side effects are 10 times worse than what you're going through.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like when they originally created Adderall and some of these other ADHD meds. They're not meant for ADHD. They were meant for heart patients. So, like years ago, when my son was little, they wanted to put him on Vyvanse or Equivalent, which was a liquid form of Adderall.
Wow.
The side effects, he had to go literally every week and get his kidney and liver enzymes checked.
Unbelievable.
And I'm like, I am not doing this to my 4 and 5-year-old son. And they're like, well, he needs it. I'm like, he doesn't need anything. They're like, well, he won't sit still.
Sounds like you need my money.
Well, he's a boy. And they're like, well, he's got sensory. He's got this. He's got that. I'm like, no, it's because you won't let him go out and play.
Wow.
They're just trying to mask the fact that kids are being kids. It's sad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's other alternatives out there. I mean, I've had to create stuff to try and combat the fact that people are on all these different medications.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Hey, Janet. Bobby Bass, welcome in, buddy. Yeah, it just seems to me like they just want you to keep coming back, and keep coming back, and keep coming back. And
that's how they make their money.
Exactly.
They want you to have all these issues. That way they make money. That way you have to go to the doctor.
And when I was having issues, and I would tell the doctor, okay, this pill doesn't work for my anxiety. Well, we'll try another one. We'll try another one. We'll try another one. It's like, oh my God.
So like some of these teas that people create only have 4 herbs in them.
Right.
Okay. For example, this is my Heal All tea blend.
Let me hold on. You get more than me.
Okay. Sorry.
All right, there you go.
That's my Heal All tea blend. Okay. So this is the one that the naturopath doctor, medicine doctor that found me, just doing a search on Google, found my products.
Nice.
And he ordered a bag for me. But it will literally, the herbs that are in this blend could potentially heal your organ issues.
Damn.
So I have a blend that's called Lover's Embrace. I made it to boost somebody's libido, right?
Yeah.
I had an herbalist come up to me in an event and go, do you realize you just created like the trifecta of the teas that everybody needs? She's like, it doesn't just work for the libido. It works for everything. It's like your multivitamin. It's your vitamin that your body needs.
Well, so I'm sorry to interrupt you. So
you're fine.
If I was on a low budget, I guess.
Well, yeah, depending on what your budget is. I mean, say for example, if you don't want to do the syrup, you can do it. You can do it as a tea. If you don't, the tincture will be in your system instantly, just like a tea will. It's like as soon as you swallow it, it's in your bloodstream. It's in your system. I have customers who've come to me when I own my store who wanted a multivitamin tea, but their kids wouldn't take a multivitamin tea. So I turned it into a cream.
Nice. So let me ask you. So with the tincture, does it?
Nice.
I believe that the tincture makes it stronger. You get a better dose of it.
Yes. And you drop it underneath your tongue. You hold it there for 30 seconds or more, as long as you can, and then swallow it, and it's in your system.
Right.
The extract, you can just drop it under your tongue and just take it. You don't have to hold it there because it has some alcohol in it, but it's mostly vegetable glycerin with the herbs infused in there. It's like, for me personally, I have a pain relief tincture that I had surgery 2 years ago, major surgery. The painkillers they gave me did not even touch the pain.
Damn, because once I
They
take
gave me Percocets and they weren't strong enough.
oh my God.
What I made knocked the pain out.
Girl,
3 years ago, I stepped out of my bathroom at my old store, which was like maybe like a 12-inch height difference between the bathroom floor and the main floor of my store. I popped my patella tendon in my left knee. I did 2-dropper, full droppers on my painkiller. 15 minutes later, I couldn't feel the pain anymore.
damn.
My son took me to 3 different hospitals. They're like, "Are you in any pain?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "You realize you tore your patella tendon." I'm like, "Okay, I can't feel it." They're like, "What do you mean you can't feel it?" I'm like, "I can't."
God. I'm going to be in trouble knowing you.
So the good thing about my pain is you can either put it on your skin or you can drop it beneath your tongue.
And while I was going to school, this is no recommendation. Don't take this wrong, people. The fastest intake on your body for anything is through your eyeball.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
No, that's what I said. What I said.
I have some tinctures you do not want to put there.
No,
I have a Reaper and a ghost pepper tincture. You do not want to put it there.
I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's something I learned. I thought it was interesting. Like for example, pesticides and stuff like that. You want to wear a mask and goggles,
Right?
Because of that very reason.
Yeah.
It goes through your eyeball like that. But also then your tongue and your lungs and
Yeah.
Which is why you need to be really careful when people are burning poison ivy and poison oak.
yeah, airborne
You
too.
can get it in your eye and you can get it in your lungs, and you do not want it to have in your lungs. Believe me.
Hydro Man in the comments says, "I'll take a mason jar of that, please."
Stuff works. I mean, it's so. I had a lady who was buying an 8-ounce bottle from me to keep her off of all of her pain meds that she was on.
Damn. I know a lot of people that have a lot of issues because of the pain meds. Eating the lining of their stomach, me one. And
It destroys your kidneys, your liver, and your pancreas, and your stomach, and it basically destroys everything.
that's crazy.
The guy that bought my pain tincture from me a week ago, he can't take any kind of over-the-counter painkillers because it's destroying his kidneys and it's destroying his liver.
My
But
doctor told
fine, and he said it's the first, like he does drywall, and he said it's the first time his shoulder has not hurt in 20 years.
that's crazy because I have so many pains and so many things going on. And my doctor, just like what you're saying, is recommended that I don't take over-the-counter pain meds because you're killing yourself, Mark, by taking those.
Well, I mean, and the fact you have to take so many of them to even have benefit. I used to know a guy who would take 20.
Oh my God!
Those Walmart generic brand Advils every day.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
And I would look at him and he's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, your dark circles mean something. Well, what does it mean? I'm like, it means that your body's shutting down, your liver and your kidneys are failing. Well, the doctors say I'm fine. It's good for the doctors.
Yeah.
They're wrong.
He wants you to keep coming back.
Yes. Yeah. The sicker you are, the more you come back.
I have a lot of people that come to me and they're like, "Oh, well, I was going to go to the doctor, but I forgot I don't have insurance. So I came to you instead." I'm like, good to know.
Yeah. Hey.
Insurance is through the roof. It's crazy.
I know. That's why I choose not to go see them. That's part of the reason.
Hydro Man asked the
I
question.
can make my own stuff. So this right here is some of my magic. Okay, this is not my tincture. This is my pain oil. This stuff, if your knees hurt, shoulders hurt, whatever, rub it in, and it makes the pain go away without the alcohol, without all the. It's not all my herbs, but it is herbally infused oil with some really special resins in it. Stuff works really well too, and I put that into my tallow butter too.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hydro Man asked the question: is this as good as RSO?
Without this, DMSO.
He just says RSO. I don't know what that is. So,
Now, what DMSO is, it's better than DSMO. You won't smell like rotten onions.
Ooh,
Have you ever heard of DMSO?
haven't.
That stuff is nasty. I mean, there are so many people out there who say, "Oh, I can make you something." I'm like, I don't want to smell like that.
No,
My stuff does not make it doesn't smell bad. It's made with herbs. I mean, I literally take different herbs from my yard, from the woods, from wherever I source them, infuse them in grape seed oil on a cold basis, and then mix it either with my tallow or I mix it with all natural beeswax.
So
I
I've
don't use anything artificial.
also know or heard that the different oils, like with your olive oil, your extra virgin olive oil, and you're talking about the grape seeds.
Grapeseed oil has a longer shelf life.
Okay, that's good to know.
Olive oil, by the time you get it, unless you're buying it directly from the olive growers and people who made it, by the time it gets shipped here from Italy, it's already bad.
God damn it.
Because and you're not supposed to have all those different types of olive oils. It's only supposed to be one kind of olive oil.
That's what I'm wondering about that.
I mean, if it changes color, it's not supposed to do that. It lessens the benefits of it. I mean, you can use avocado oil.
Yeah,
I use MCT oil in some of my products, which is just multi-chain triglycerides, like fractionated coconut oil, but it's been messed with. I like unrefined, pure as possible.
right.
Wow. I will say that when I was in Spain and I had olive oil there, it tasted a whole lot different.
Because you got it right from where it's made.
Yeah.
It doesn't even taste like olives here. I don't know what it is.
I agree. I'm like, how's this olive oil? I don't taste olives in this.
I mean, there's other oils. I mean, I have like in my tallow butters, sometimes if people want it, I'll use like a castor oil just because of the extra emollient. It's really good for your skin and helps with dry skin and stuff like that. I use some almond oil, but even almond oil is not the same.
Huh.
I did a test where I got almond oil from 3 different. I bought them straight from the wholesalers. Every single bottle was a different color.
Wow, that's wild. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Oh wow. Roy Collier says, "I don't trust doctors." Neither do me, Roy. That's why we're here.
Why do you think I started my business?
That's why we're here, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to trust those who are willing. You go to them with ailments, you tell them what your issue is, and then they give you a pill saying, "We hope to see you in 6 months."
Yeah.
Great.
Or next month.
Or before then, but they need to test your blood. They need to test this. They need to test that. And it's like,
And then you get the things that are going wrong because of the meds.
To find a way to offer people an alternative to traditional meds. That's why I started my business.
The last doctor I went to, I was having anxiety problems, all sorts of other issues. And one of the things he recommended I did, well, number one, I was going to get my blood checked. Number two, he wanted me to go see a psychiatrist.
Of course.
I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, man.
Well, they don't ever say therapist. They say psychiatrist because the psychiatrists are the only ones that can prescribe meds. But I mean, like, I have friends who go see pain doctors. I'm like, why? I don't understand. Just let me know how I can help you, and I'll try to help you the best I can.
So Hydro Man commented back to the RSO. He says, Richard Simmons oil.
Yeah, it's pot marijuana. It's the oil from marijuana, and it's.
He says, I have a prescription, and they told me to take RSO with tinctures.
Okay. So you're mixing alcohol and okay. I make one, quote unquote, but and I was told, so I took my pain oil and mixed it with something similar to that. And I was told that the stuff was absolutely amazing.
Awesome. Yeah,
but my painkiller stuff that I make, you can pass a drug test with it.
That's what I was just looking at on your website. Was your potent piece tincture.
Yes, that's
I
it.
didn't see a oil, castor oil.
Well, okay, so my potent piece, that is my pain tincture. My magic pain oil, I may have to put it on there. I have so many products out there. I try to have everything out there. It's difficult, especially when you make all of that.
Right. No, I totally understand.
So my boyfriend doesn't drink, so he doesn't want anything with alcohol. He doesn't do anything cough syrup. He doesn't do
Well,
anything.
you can take
that.
that. Well, you can take that and put it into hot water. That way the alcohol dissipates, and then he can take it. Or he can just drop it directly on his skin. He'll get the benefits from it there that way too.
Would he? That's why I was thinking something that he would rub on, because it's in between his shoulders and his hip. Two places.
Well,
that he has.
Also, my magic pain oil would work great. And then I have another pain oil that a friend, she drives and meets me from South Carolina.
Wow.
Nice. And you're in Georgia, right?
I'm in Georgia.
Nice.
And she said that her mom can't live without it.
That's so awesome. That's so cool. Janet Parker says doctors sell themselves to the pharmaceutical companies. Absolutely, they do.
They absolutely do. I mean, even some of these naturopath doctors, it's like, I went to my naturopath. He prescribed this. I'm like, that's not natural. Why are they prescribing that?
Yeah, exactly.
With doctors, they get the kickbacks from the suppliers.
They do, unfortunately. And then a lot of these other people who sell stuff where they push in essential oils by themselves are not going to help you, unfortunately. You get the better benefits from the pure plant itself or the pure flower, not the essential oil.
So your anxiety, you said you had like 4 different.
I have 9 different anxiety teas. I have like my anxiety and panic attack tea, and then I have one that's birth control and medication safe. The medication safe one. So my medication safe one doesn't have St. John's wort in it, and it doesn't have red clover because red clover messes with blood pressure meds.
Good to know. That's good
and
to
then
know.
My full strength has wild lettuce in it and St. John's wort. Because I don't care what anybody says, St. John's wort helps with anxiety, even if you're on meds.
I'll contest to that. Let's see. There's
wild lettuce is great.
But I have like happy days. I have stuff like seasonal affective disorder, what they call SAD.
Yeah.
So whenever the days get shorter and people can't function, I had to make a tea for that. And then I just have botanicals. I have ones that are just great for sipping in the afternoon. I have like a citrus mint, which is really good. I have a peppermint rose. I'm just listing these off the top of my head.
You had to say sip. You had to say the word sip.
Ding, ding, ding.
The only thing I have, I don't think I want to drink because I made it to where nobody probably wants to drink it again.
Oh, shit.
Jack Daniels, and I put sour worms in it.
Use that for your tinctures?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where I put it. Here.
She said she used the vodka there that was distilled.
Oh, Jack Daniels.
Yeah, but I put stuff in it.
Gummy worms.
Gummy worms in it to make nobody want to drink it.
I like the way you think. Next time somebody starts sitting over my stuff, I'm going to drop worms in there.
Uh-huh. Well, it makes it unappealing now.
Right. Absolutely. Roy says, there's never enough blood in my alcohol content to be tested.
Well, we can work on the blood issue.
Donald Slavy says, doctors work for the government. I don't trust it. It says, I buy it from Truly, one rice seed, size 4 times a day. I'd be willing to pay and try if it, could be used as a, I can't even pronounce that word.
What is it?
Pleural gland, injury pains, etc. I'm sure it will help with my anxiety as as well.
Pituitary gland, I think, is what he's meant.
So I have an anxiety extract too that is amazing. If you don't want to do the tea, I mean, basically, I used to have really, really bad panic attacks to where my friends would hand me a Xanax going, here, take this. And I'm like, I'm not taking that. I sat there and mixed one of my anxiety teas and my Relax the Mind tea and sat there and sipped it and was not thinking about where I was drinking. I was sitting in the Walmart parking lot. I couldn't move.
Wow.
It basically mellowed me out to the point where I was just like, and my friend called me. She was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just sitting in Walmart parking lot. She was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to sit here for a couple hours. She goes, really? And I'm like, yep. But then after that, I had nothing. So, like, I drank it a year ago. So a year ago, I had to put one of my dogs to sleep, and I did not. That was actually the hardest thing I think I've ever done.
I will agree.
And I was upset, but I didn't make myself so sick to the point where I couldn't function. And then without my tea, I wouldn't be able to get through it.
Good night, Janet Parker. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, Janet.
Hydro Man says, I haven't had to take any Xanax since I've been here. He's in Mexico. He's on vacation in Mexico, seeing another friend of Moonshine, a friend of ours. And maybe it's the USA stressing people out. Well, it's everyday life, buddy.
It possibly is. I mean,
you needed to do a detox on vacation and go to Mexico and hang out at the pool and just chill out. That's what you needed.
Yeah. Oh, he is a busy bee. He's always running.
He needed a detox just to get away. I knew that was going to help him a lot.
I make detox teas too. I have a cleanse and clear detox.
So
that's like a full organ. It does all your organs. And one of my customers, she actually grinds it into a powder and does like she dry scoops it every morning. I don't know about that. That would burn that cayenne in it.
I try to be silly, you know.
You only do it once.
Yeah, just do it once.
You won't do it.
I had to put warning labels on some of my products of do not put it into places you think it might burn.
Yes.
And people are like, why is that? I'm like, because it's made out of ghost pepper. Hello.
Yes.
So do you use ghost pepper?
Yes, I grow my own.
Do you use ghost pipe or Indian pipe?
I'm even making. Seriously?
Did I say the magic word?
I don't know. That's a puppy.
Uh-huh.
You don't think she's a puppy? That's a puppy. So I have a friend. She actually has ghost pipe on her property.
Nice.
Why are you barking? Come here. Well, I have the windows open, and we have a mama cat who she had kittens in my barn, and she pushed one out. It was alive. I don't see how it fell 12 feet, but I found her a home. But every time they hear cats crying, they bark.
That'll do it.
Yeah. But it's just she has 38 acres. Okay. And she said, I'm more than welcome to come and get whatever I want from her property.
That's nice.
I had a gentleman contact me. So I don't know if this is a rarity or not, but where I live, I have met so far 4 people who have 3 kidneys.
Really?
Heard of that?
I've never heard of that.
So my best friend has 3, and there's 3 more people who live in the same county who all have 3 kidneys.
Okay, now I'm worried about what goes on in that county.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
we have fairy crosses. But so there is a particular plant that grows in the woods up here. Or here. It's called ratsbane.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple
really
weeks
good
ago.
for kidney disorders.
Hmm.
I did a little research on the ghost pipe and found places where it does grow here in Florida.
Okay.
And it's not the right time of year right now.
Nope.
To find it. and they do recommend once you do plant it to just, if you find a cluster of 3 or whatever, just pick one. Leave some.
Pick one. Pick one,
rejuvenate.
but as soon as you find them, put them directly into moonshine or into alcohol.
Right.
Because otherwise it loses its potency instantaneously as soon as you cut it.
Yes.
Now, I've just recently got some seeds that I planted. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Okay. If it's the ideal conditions for it to grow, you should be able to have them.
I read the ideal conditions. I put it in the best that I could. So we'll see what happens.
That's good. Maybe you'll get them because, like, right around the time that I first met her, she goes, "What's this?" I'm like, "Oh, you don't want that on your property. You need to give that to me immediately." She was like, "What is it?" I'm like, "Nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
I don't want it."
That's funny.
Yeah, my grandmother used to take and put it right into alcohol.
Yep.
She'd
that's what you're
have a
supposed
thing
to
of
do.
water. She'd dip it in the water to get the mossy and the dirties off it.
Well, you
And
don't
then
have
she'd
to.
put it right in.
You can keep all that stuff. That's still
Yeah.
good too.
No, she kept the water. She'd strain it out,
Yeah.
Nothing goes to waste.
Landers, welcome in. Fredo Hillbilly, welcome in. Carol Hunter, thanks for coming in, guys.
Yes, thank you guys.
Something else, if you're out in the woods and you see a leaf or a plant that has a hole in it that an insect has eaten, it's safe for you to eat.
That's good to know. That is good to know. I like
Yeah.
that. I never heard that before, but I like that. Mark Morgan, my shadow,
Mm-hmm.
says his cousin just had surgery and found out he's got 3.
See? It happens more than you realize.
Well,
And he says they want to remove one of them. Of
No,
course they do.
don't let them do that.
Of course they do.
You don't want them to do that. If you are born with 3, God
You
wanted you to have 3.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
Just in case the other 2 fail, you have 1 as a backup. Don't know.
Just like I tell everybody, if God wanted me to have 3 nipples, I'm going to have them.
You're funny.
I like that, Nicole. You pull up your shirt once.
I don't want to be falling out over here.
Oh, that's too funny.
No, those teas sound great. I'll have
So,
to look into them.
And if there's something you guys want that I don't have, message me on Facebook, either through my business or directly through my Facebook page, and let me know. And I can probably make it, or I may already make it. It may just not be on my page because I literally have at least 189 different blends.
Wow.
That naturopath doctor I was mentioning earlier, he actually ordered 11 different tinctures from me. So, I mean, I'm going to be busy because he asked me for one that I didn't know I had, parasympathetic or something.
Oh.
It's basically your thyroid and your like pineal gland and it basically is everything. So, I mean,
Definitely going to be hitting you up, especially with the all.
heal.
Yeah, definitely. And some of those pains because I have arthritis really bad in my shoulders, elbows, and fingers. And yeah, I get some relief, but from different things, but it's really not. I mean, it helps. I'm not going to argue. It does help, but don't forget,
I mean, over the years, I keep changing the name of it, and I'm like, I need something that's just going to be like, here, use this. I mean, it used to be F the pain, this kind of pain, all this other stuff, and I'm like, I need to be more. It makes you at peace after you use it. You go from screaming that I'm in pain, I'm in pain, I'm in pain, to something that would be catchy.
Great.
Mark Morgan, my shadow says arthritis. He has arthritis in his feet badly.
Yeah, arthritis is horrible.
It is. I'll tell you what.
I mean, I have friends who are 20 years younger than I am who have rheumatoid arthritis. They were born with it. They were diagnosed in their teens. And it's like, it's caused by inflammation. Like what the doctors don't tell you is like when you have your gallbladder removed, that causes arthritis in your joints. They don't tell you. So like my son was 2 months old and they're like, oh, you having pancreatitis. We need to take your gallbladder. I was like, okay. I was not thinking.
Right.
So I was like, okay, painkiller. So every day I just drop some on my knees and I can function. I can walk for like, so after having my patella tendon torn and I also a couple months prior to that, I also tore my meniscus. So I've been healing all those tendons myself without surgery.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Donald Slavi says, and he's laughing when he says it. So if a bug eats a hole in a water hemlock leaf, they are safe to eat? First of all, if he did,
no, you put right underneath the water hemlock.
Make sure it's actually an insect and not like hail.
David Dan says God gave him 4 nipples.
Okay.
All right. Do you get stimulated by all 4?
I don't know about that.
What?
I don't know about that.
I'll just wait around. I like to try to have fun.
I know you do.
So, you said earlier you've been doing this a long time.
Yes.
And what got you started into doing this?
Wanting to cure my dad's cancer.
There you go. There you go.
And my Nana died in 2003 from what did she have? It'll come back to me. Not to mention the other one.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah, she had Alzheimer's.
Wow.
So I wanted to cure that. And then my grandfather had, my mom's dad had Parkinson's disease. And I mean, all Alzheimer's is just basically cholesterol in your brain. But they're not going to tell you that.
I've heard that.
Right.
But reducing cholesterol in your body and taking cholesterol reducing drugs is not going to reduce it on your brain. You have to do it other ways. There's other inflammation stuff. Like I have an anti-inflammatory tea that actually helps reduce the overall cholesterol and inflammation in your body. I have like it's just everything is
Nice.
Everything works together. So like if you have a lot of inflammation, it's typically from like gut health. It's taking too many antioxidants, too much Tums, too much Prilosec, OTC, all that stuff affects your body differently.
Yep.
But people don't think about it. It's not good for your liver. It's not good for your kidneys. It's not good for your gallbladder or whatever. It's all connected.
So instead of taking those antacids, what would you take in its place?
I have my gut heal tea, which is great for like IBS, just other digestive disorders.
Okay.
And then I have a gut heal tea that's also safe for if you're on any kind of blood pressure medication and you want to stay on that medication. I have stuff that's safe for that too, so where it doesn't have like red clover in it or licorice root.
Interesting. Cool. Wow, you keep amazing me. You got it all.
I've done a lot of research, and then like when I had my storefront, I had a lady walk in my store and like she just looked at me, she like shoved her husband in the door and she like closed the door behind him. She's like, he's not coming out of here until he tells you everything that's wrong with him. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
And he left out there. He had tinctures, he had extracts, he had rubs, he had tea to drink, and he just looked at me. He goes, "Will this heal me?" And I'm like, "If you'll drink it and stop doing some of the other stuff you're doing, then yes, it'll help you a lot."
Yeah.
Because you have those people who are diabetic and they're living on the sugar-free stuff because all of a sudden their body says, or the doctor says, "Hey, you're diabetic. You need to take this stuff."
Right.
So they still want the beef jerky, the alcohol, the sugar, the fried foods, the this, that, whatever. And they're having to go cold turkey, but they're still sneaking the jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the drinks.
Right. So I know. So I have a deep sleep tea, like you would not think this is what it's for. My deep sleep tea actually regulates people's A1C numbers.
What? Holy crap.
So
That's
my
amazing.
old neighbor down the road, he was drinking my deep sleep tea every night. Every morning he would go check his numbers. They were normal. His wife would call me and she goes, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "He's just taking my deep sleep tea." She's like, "It's the herb combination." I'm like, "I know."
Yeah.
She's like, "What are you promoting?" I'm like, I do. But every time I try to promote on Facebook, Facebook shuts me down. So, like, my name that's on there now, Nicole Buckheim, that's my maiden name. But I had to go create a whole new account for Nicole Wiley so I could try to promote my Crush Botanicals business, because during COVID, Facebook decided to shut me down as soon as I created a Shed Stop tea for those who weren't vaccinated. That way they didn't get all the antibiotics and stuff that people were shedding off. It would block you from getting that. As soon as I started promoting that tea, even not putting anything on there, they figured out that I was promoting stuff against COVID and shut me down. So I can't do sponsored ads for any business I create through my Nicole Buckheim maiden name through Facebook. I cannot promote myself.
Wow.
So I have to depend on stuff like this and TikTok. Even now, TikTok's now censoring people now. Just other platforms try and boost my small business, because I mean, I love doing this, but I want people to help. So Drummond Son is asking something about PTSD.
Yes. Yep.
I have a lot for PTSD. St. John's wort tincture is great for PTSD. So is my anxiety teas. So my anxiety teas, I originally created that for friends who have severe PTSD, who were in the military, who saw some really, really bad stuff. My anxiety teas, among other, like my Relax the Mind, the combination of those two together are absolutely amazing. I would say do the tea, and probably I also have anxiety rubs too, where if you're out and about and you can't have a tea, you carry the balm with you and just rub it on your skin, and you can breathe in the different essential oils that I infuse into the balm, and that helps you too. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I basically make something for everyone, and if I don't have it, I can make it.
I want to back up on the comments just a minute. Mark Morgan, my shout out was, what is the best thing for pancreatic disease? Curious.
I have a pancreatic tea. It does not taste good by any means, but it works. It's got a lot of clays in it that actually help clean out your pancreas. But pancreatitis is typically caused by gallbladder issues, liver, and kidney stones. They just don't tell you.
Wow. David Dance. Hey, Freddie. Welcome in, Freddie. David Dance says, do you have anything for the heart?
Yes, I have heart health teas as well. I have circulatory and heart health teas.
So here's one, and I'd like to see him. David Dance is a big follower, and he follows us on social media a lot. And he's just been out of the hospital for his heart. And he says he's on warfarin. Yeah. And would love to get off of it. It's rat poison.
It is rat poison. It's horrible. My heart and circulatory tea actually made that for my father, because during COVID, he had the initial shot, and then he had the booster, and then he had a heart attack.
Wow. Unbelievable.
He literally had a heart attack, I think they said 6 hours after he had the booster shot.
Good God.
So I immediately started I made him a tea blend. I'm like, and I gave it to him. He's like, well, it's not working. I'm like, Daddy, you actually have to drink it. You can't just hold the tea bag in your hand.
Yeah, give it a chance.
So you actually have to drink it. So so my mother years ago was diagnosed with IBS. The doctors told her she would always have it. She drinks my anti-inflammatory tea and my gut heal tea religiously. She mixes the two together. She has not had IBS in 3 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
And the doctors were like, oh, well, how's it going? She's like, it's fine. My daughter cured it. And they went, there's no way.
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
Yeah. They put you down.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars to get an education like they did.
Yeah. No, I'll just go read my books. I'm good.
Roy Collier says, back in the early 80s, I had a Seminole Indian friend in Riverview, Florida, that made a tea that he just called Indian bitters that cured almost everything that ailed you.
I can figure it out.
Seminole, hey, I'm in Florida.
I'm sure I can figure it out.
Seminole, that's cool. That's good. Thanks for sharing that, Roy. Anybody got any questions about any ailments or anything that you've had in the past or things that you may have tried you want to share? Feel free.
If you look at her website,
I mean, I can make bitters, but I mean, bitters have become popular again.
Yeah, they have.
It's like an alternative, typically, to alcohol. But I mean, I don't know.
I've used bitters for years to cure hiccups.
Yeah, I mean,
it works instantly. Well,
yeah,
you have to add lime to it. Lime juice and bitters, they're gone. Guarantee you won't have hiccups.
I mean, bitters are basically what I do. I mean, it's just herbs, roots, fruit, in some kind of. I mean, it's in some kind of. It's a botanical.
Yep.
Liquid. It's either like an extract or even like a alcohol.
So you got into this because you wanted to help heal your family members and get them back on the road to recovery.
Yep.
And then from that, did it stem from other family members or friends? Or your interest just sparked, hey, I could do this, maybe I could do that? Or...
Well, it was people asking me, well, can you do this? Can you do that? And I said, yes, I can. And then we found a space and I opened a small store. And then it became a place for people to gather.
That's awesome.
And I could sell my rocks and crystals, which was another benefit because I have lots of those that I need to continue selling. But I haven't promoted those often, like at least lately. But it's more along the lines of being able to get in front of people and explain to them that I can do this or giving them an alternative.
Right.
I mean, to me, that means more than anything else is just to be able to say, hey, I help these people live a better and healthier life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not have the side effects of all the stuff that they're taking now.
Yeah, I found it interesting with my brother. He had a big tumor on the back of his calf. And he went to the doctor about it. They said it's cancerous. Need to have it removed. But they did warn him. This is the part I found interesting. You have a 33% chance of getting lung cancer if we remove this. How do you already know that?
Because they said that, I don't know. Maybe they saw something in his blood work or something that.
And he had it removed and he ended up getting lung cancer and dying. I was like, it just amazed me. I was like, how's that even happen? I don't know if they would go from that to his lungs, to the blood system.
Either that, they already saw it. They just didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. What, Lisa?
Cancer. I have a cancerous tumor that once they cut into it, that was.
Yeah, and they say that too. Once they cut into it, the chances of it spreading are more.
I mean, you can put stuff on it to draw it out. I have a drying salve that a lady bought from me who lives in Arizona. And 4 years ago, she met me at one of these events that I did. She just happened to be in town. And she walked up and she looked at me. She goes, I bought from you online 4 years ago. I went, oh, okay, cool. And she's like, let me show you what your drying salve did. And I was like, what? She had breast cancer.
Oh, wow.
It pulled it out.
Wow. That is amazing.
And the doctors asked her, well, how'd you do it? She was like, oh, I had some help. And they're like, what is it? She's like, I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
If they already have the ability to cure it, which they should at this point in time.
Oh, yeah.
but they don't want to.
Exactly. They
There's
don't.
no money in it.
They want everybody to stay sick, and it's not a good thing. And I wish more people would look into what I offer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sure people are going to be looking, our friends anyway.
And as well, Lisa and I, we dig a little bit at it and look up our own tinctures and do our own things. What do you recommend for somebody starting off and wanting to do the same thing as learning about these things and what cures what and how to take it and how to make it? What would you recommend?
Basically, everything can be tinctured, but there's only certain things you need to put into, there's certain like alcohols to use for tinctures. I recommend either moonshine or vodka.
You got me.
Don't do what some people do, and don't do Everclear.
Yeah, please don't.
Unless you just intend to put it on your skin or use it to clean with. Do not drink it. Or not drink it, but just it tends to burn the herbal benefits with Everclear. Years ago, when I first started doing it, I tried tequila. It did not work. I've tried the cheap vodkas. I've tried all kinds of different things. And the only one that I found that works is either if you find good moonshine, which I'm sure you have, or a good vodka.
Okay.
And a good herb to start with, like if you want like a good one to clear out your lungs, would be like a mullein.
I've done mullein tincture.
But
it worked great.
Mullein grows along the roadsides.
Yeah.
Do not dig it up from the roadside because you're getting all the exhaust fumes and oil and everything else on it. And
We've
people
talked about that before.
I'm like, no, don't do that.
No.
There's other places. Like mullein's a great one to do. Right now, dead nettle or purple nettle, at least in the South, is coming up right now.
Yep.
Dry it first. I recommend drying it because you get the most benefits of it being dried. Because if it's wet, then you have to worry about it potentially molding.
Right.
Alma Brown is here. Alma is currently going through stuff with cancer.
Yes.
So I have some great stuff for cancer. I have my Easiac tea, but it's not your typical Easiac tea. I have other beneficial herbs in it as well. If I know exactly what kind of cancer it is, I can try to help. I can't say I cure it, but I can at least help you with the side effects or any kind of other issues you're having with it.
That's golden seal, ginseng.
Golden seal's great. I have lots of gold.
Yep.
There you go. Alma, reach out, scroll up, you'll get a link.
I have a lot. I have golden seal that I actually wild crafted myself because I know exactly where it's grown. My kids kill me because every time we go anywhere, I'm like, stop the car. We got to pick up stuff. They're like, oh, dear Lord, mother. Even like when we're floating down the river, like when we go tubing, we pull off on the side and I borrow some. Well, I call it wild crafting or nature, native plant gathering. Rescue. But I don't always take everything. I leave some so that way it can continue growing. But there's just so many plants you can use. Like pine sap is great for making salves with if you want to try that. Like right now, dandelion root, dandelion flower, dandelion leaf.
Yeah.
That is all great for liver detoxing. Just make sure you get it from a clean source and hasn't been sprayed by anything. A plant that I love personally that most people hate, which I'm not quite sure why, is kudzu.
Kudzu.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Kudzu root, if you get hungry enough, you can eat. If you can find the root system that actually tubers, you can actually eat that.
Huh.
But kudzu root is great for alcohol. So if you eat a lot of it, you tend to not want to drink alcohol anymore. It makes alcohol taste bad.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. It's also for hormonal balancing too.
Well, one of the questions I wanted to ask when we were talking about using vodka or moonshine.
Uh-huh.
So I know with a lot of tinctures that you see and people recommend and have recipes for, they say 80 proof or above. So if I made it with 110 proof, does it make it better or worse?
You'll be fine. Just don't use Everclear.
Right. Okay. All right.
Well, a lot of people also water down their tinctures. I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, because if you put distilled water into it anyway, you have to worry about molding. So,
Right.
and also whenever you make tinctures, make sure you're using a dark bottle, either an amber bottle or a black bottle. That way it has a longer shelf life. If you don't have the water in it, you can have up to 10 years shelf life.
Nice. Alma says, I'm getting ready to have more surgery on the 16th.
Oh,
What kind of surgery?
good luck, Alma.
There, Roy pushed the link there. Oh yeah, Alma.
I'll post it again because it gets scrolled up and you can't find it.
Right. Roy just posted it. So you're good, Lisa.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Roy.
Son says, my grandpa used to make a tea out of the ratsbane plant and swore that it was a cure-all.
Yep.
Ratsbane.
Ratsbane. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yep, you were. That's right.
Yep. I walked all around my friend's yard and pulled all. Well, I didn't pull everything.
Alma says she's got it in her chest and throat.
I'm sorry. I've got teas and stuff that'll help with the throat. I mean, it just depends on if they can message me, we can discuss it.
There you go.
And see if there's other ways that I can help off air.
There you go, Alma. Click that link, go to her page, and message her, and maybe you guys can work something out and talk. I hope you get some good results, Alma. If nothing else, some good therapy, and talk to somebody that knows about this stuff more than me.
Well, you said that you had stuff for chemo.
Yes, I have a chemo detox blend that's amazing because my dad went through chemo the first time, and they had him. I don't know if he went on the supercharged version of it or whatever, but I did whatever I could. He couldn't drink enough water to where he wasn't thirsty all the time. And my tea helped a lot, but it also helped get the side effects of the drugs out of his system.
Oh, wow.
I in my opinion, I don't think radiation or chemotherapy actually work. All it does is it just numbs the cancer for a little while. Because, I mean, you really want to have your body be alkaline. So that way, because cancer doesn't like an alkaline body. Cancer loves acid. So the more coffee you drink, the more citrus fruits you drink or eat, orange juice. That's why they tell you not to have orange juice or grapefruit juice with your medication.
Oh. Donald says he drinks a lot of green tea.
I'll send it to you, Alma, right now.
You just need to be careful with green tea of where it comes from. Not all green tea is made the same.
Like we mentioned before, you got to do your research and stuff because there's somebody out there that they'll just throw anything in a bottle and say, here you go, here's the green tea.
Well, one of the other reasons why I started this whole thing, at least to the extreme, not extreme, but to where I am now, is when I was working full-time in corporate America, I would have ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it. I couldn't function. I couldn't concentrate. So I found this herb that I've been researching for a while called Go-To Cola. The issue with Go-To Cola, I was buying capsules. It's a very, very unique smell. The stuff that I was buying, the first bottle was real. The second or third bottle were not real. I opened up the capsules. It smelled totally different. I brought it back to the guy that I bought it from the well-known nutrition company. And they're like, oh, well, I don't know what that is. I just sell their products. So if you own a nutrition shop and you can't stand behind your products and you're selling these to people, how do you do that?
Right. To make money.
Well, yeah, it's just to make money. But I mean, you're not selling a quality product. You're not being able to be truthful to people. You can't say, "Hey, try this."
Right.
Yeah.
But yes, to answer, the Mullen does help you breathe. Mullen is an amazing.
It helped me. I was going through a spell, and Lisa recommended I try it. I did. I liked it. It was good.
Did you try it after it bloomed?
Well, I just made a tincture out of it.
Okay, but after it bloomed.
Yeah, second year plant. If it's
Okay,
what I
yeah.
gave you, it was
Okay,
a second
I'm just
year
making
plant.
sure, because I mean, I also make a mill ear oil too, which is great, and I make it with the flower, with the buds of the mullen plant.
The flowers are great for that.
I make everything. I mean, what can I say?
Okay. Did you say you make it the flour for what?
Middle ear infections.
That's great to know because Cassie's
Earaches.
going through. My daughter's going through an ear infection now.
You put it, warm it up a little bit with a little bit of garlic, because the garlic's a natural antibiotic, and if you can make oregano oil too, it's a great all natural antibiotic as well. And just drop that in her ear and put a cotton ball in it and let her sit there. It should get down into her ear and make the ear infection stop.
Wow, that's great. She's been battling this for a couple of months now.
Oh, I have friends who've been battling
She's
kind of
gone
cough.
to the doctor. She's done everything in the world. They can't seem to.
They're not going to.
Yeah, no,
Have you heard about this cough that people have?
Yeah.
I have a spirited cough tea that I made for long-term COVID that makes the cough go away.
Wow.
I also make a
Yeah, I can see my
elderberry
bacon
syrup too. I have this stuff called Granny's Crud Cutter, which is my great-great-grandmother's recipe. The stuff is amazing. Doesn't taste very good, but it works really well. It knocks the cough out. Like, I have friends that swear by it. They're like, "We're drinking your Granny's Crud Cutter. I don't get sick anymore. I love your products." So,
I've had moonshine friends say that about the moonshine. It don't taste very good, but it sure does work good.
well, I'm sure. You put all kinds of stuff in moonshine.
Yeah.
he makes some really great flavors. He does a root beer, the peach.
I bet the root beer's good.
The root beer is really good.
Speaking of sweet tooth memories, not only did I get a s'mores,
Yeah.
I have, which is Lisa Day's Ditch Witch's favorite,
Mm-hmm.
peaches and cream.
Ooh, I bet that's good.
It's
Yeah.
real good.
Oh, something else I make.
There's
So to
my
go
little-
along with my Lover's Blend and my my libido boost teas that I make, I
that
also make
Lover's
chocolate.
blend. I need that Lover's blend.
Make
I need
what?
that for
I
life.
make mood enhancing chocolate.
I'm gonna need a lot.
Well, mood enhancing and sensual blends. I make all kinds of chocolate. I make
Honey,
beard
open up
oils.
Aspen out. He wants to go out.
I also make beard oils too.
That's what I need.
It makes them grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get to where mine has stopped growing and it gets real brittly. I have to add oil to it.
That's your gut health.
Damn it, woman.
Sorry.
I like being direct and being upfront and honest, and I need to know these things. My doctor's
Well,
not going to tell me.
I mean, everything's tied back to your gut, how you eat, how your body digests food. I mean, if your skin's dry,
I'm healthy. That's why I don't have hair.
I mean,
Alma says she loves my s'mores with eggnog.
so my middle son could live on eggnog, but he's not old enough to drink alcohol yet.
I last year or the year before, I took a family recipe for eggnog and made an eggnog moonshine. Everybody loved it, but the problem with it is eggnog spoils so fast.
Well, yeah, because it's made of
Egg,
dairy and eggs, and
and yeah, so the shelf life on it's like 3 days. You better drink it as soon as you make it.
we'll just make it with and just sit there with a straw. If
Yeah.
it gets bad enough, IV.
Hey, I have IV bags.
See? There you go. You can start selling your moonshine at IVs. There you go.
Hook me up, Doc.
Okay, so
Sassafras.
asking about sassafras root.
Oh, yeah.
So sassafras, if you read old Cherokee books, talks about if you drink too much sassafras root, it causes cancer.
Yep.
It
That's
does.
why they for a long
It
time
does the opposite.
the government put a
Yeah, okay.
they did years ago that made it where you couldn't do sassafras anymore.
But you can still find it in the North Georgia mountains.
It's everywhere.
It's one of my favorite smells in the whole wide world.
I love the smell of sassafras.
Do you know what it smells like?
Yeah.
What?
Sassafras.
No.
You're asking me if I've ever smelled it.
It smells like Simple Green, the cleaner.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I guess I've never used Simple Green.
It smells like the original Simple Green.
Huh.
Because that's what Simple Green used to be made with, was sassafras root.
We did.
But they changed the formula and now it's more chemical. It's not like it used to be all natural. It used to be safe for you to use around your pets and your children and stuff, and now it's not.
It's funny because this discussion's come up several times about sassafras because I make a root beer. And everybody's like, well, you can't use real sassafras, blah, 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 because you're going to kill yourself and cause us cancer and blah. That's what you're reading. That's what you're reading on the internet.
The Cherokee Nation used to drink it all the time.
There you go.
And the only thing that killed them was the white man.
Yes.
Go, Santa.
And the white man's diseases. But I mean, it's good for you. You're not supposed to drink a lot of it. I mean, like everything.
Right.
Shouldn't have a ton of everything. I mean, there's some stuff like, I mean, you can drink, it's kind of like I make colloidal silver, which I should probably get back into doing that because colloidal silver is great for you. But if you take too much of it, you will turn blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's just like there for a while I got on this garlic thing. I was taking garlic vitamins just to have garlic in my system. I peed and smelled like garlic.
Well, I'll take all natural local honey and I'll put onions and garlic in it and let it sit and then just stir it up and you can eat the onion and the garlic in it. It's a natural antibiotic.
Yeah.
And you can eat honey too.
I love
It's
honey.
a fire cider, isn't that what they're doing? With
I make fire cider. So Let me go to fire cider real quick. Here, give me a second. I'll go get my fire cider so you have an idea.
No problem. That's awesome. Great knowledgeable lady. I love her. She's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell by her website the things that it says, you know.
About it, Lisa, I couldn't remember the name. And then as soon as she came on and was talking about some of the stuff she had on TikTok, I knew right away who she was.
Oh, it's that. Yeah.
That's my fire cider.
Or
So
Michelle.
so I put it's real
I
the
got-
mother apple cider vinegar, which is really hard to find now. But it's got onions and horseradish and garlic and oranges, and it's got mullein, sage, eucalyptus, rosemary, cranberries, and habanero.
Damn.
Oh, ginger too.
Wow.
Nice.
So if I'm starting to feel bad, I'll do a shot. It burns like the
Somebody
dickens.
said shots. Somebody said shots.
Somebody said shots.
Okay, fine. I will torture myself with this thing that I made.
Oh my God. No, don't drink it.
I don't know about that.
I have some.
That's actually not that bad.
I have some
Weird, but
gummies.
not bad. I don't know.
I have some THC gummies that I have soaking in moonshine back here, and
Okay, so I had a friend who gave me some kind of flower. It's It either came from Colorado or California. But I ground it down. I put it into my muscadine vodka, and I mixed that with my painkiller.
Yep.
Wow.
That stuff, it's amazing.
I'd
Yeah.
be sitting out on the back patio, listening to the birds, staring at the sky.
Yeah. Sitting in the Walmart parking lot, just watching
Yeah.
people.
She's like, look, people. Wow. People.
Oh, did you see that?
I love people.
I love you all. Come here, give me
Okay,
a hug.
So to answer Mark's question, no, that was not a bill. That was a habanero.
Roy Collier says, looks like hog jaws.
No, it was. That's
Oh
a-
yeah, yeah. It looks like the pickled pig's feet kind of bowl.
No, I thinly sliced down all my.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see
I
it.
want to make some fire cider. I haven't yet.
So I took a gallon jug and
Nicole,
made
I'll trade you some moonshine for some.
it. Okay.
We'll do some trading.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So I made some of that for a friend. She has not been sick.
Wow.
Mark
She
makes
gets
it
sick
smooth.
all the time, and she doesn't get sick anymore. She's like, "What did you put in it?" I'm like, "I put stuff in it. Just use it."
Mark makes his moonshine from potatoes.
Yep.
Sets it apart from other
Potatoes.
corn and
Well, for people who have corn sensitivities, there's more and more people nowadays who have corn sensitivities, and you can't have corn.
I have a couple of relatives that cannot drink anything alcohol based if it has corn liquor in it. They can't drink it. They're allergic to corn.
Well, they would be fine with me because I don't have anything.
Yeah, and that's why they like my shine because it's potatoes. They can drink it all day long.
Mine's muscadine.
Yep.
I love muscadine.
Yes, I haven't tried
Hey,
those.
girl, you're not that far from me. I'm going to make a drive.
Come on up.
Damn,
That's awesome. That's very cool.
muscadine.
I mean, that's why I do this stuff. I mean, I do it to try and
make
help.
a muscadine wine and then turn it into a brandy. We'd love to do that. Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah, I'm ready to do that. So let me ask you, something came across one of my feeds
Hmm.
just yesterday. And I remember this as a kid. And my grandmother used to swear by it. And what do you know about gooseberries?
I know a lot about them. Huh?
Are you familiar with the gooseberry?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I have a friend. She used to have like 50 of them in her yard, and I'm like, "Why do you need 50 plants?" And she's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Well, you know,
well,
I mean-
as kids, we used to
they're
go out-
high in they're high in vitamin C. But I mean, they're anti-inflammatory. You can make stuff with them.
And I just remember as a kid that as kids we'd be out playing outside and we'd come across a gooseberry patch or a bush and we'd just sit there and eat them right off the plant.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're better for you than a blueberry. They
And,
don't have the small seeds like blueberries do.
right.
So if you have diverticulitis or some other kind of like stomach digestive sensitivity, you'd be more likely that you could eat those versus your strawberries or raspberries or your blueberries.
But she used to make a gooseberry pie and swore it would cure everything you ever ailed you.
Well, you could. I mean, it's just high in vitamin C. It's supposed to be anti-aging too.
Maybe that's why she lived to be 103.
Probably. She ate enough of it. They're low in calories, but I mean,
Right. Yeah, I just thought about it earlier.
well, and they're also probably less modified, like genetically modified than other berries are.
Right.
I mean, think about it, like the plants you buy in the store, you don't really want to eat things from them because they're so genetically modified. The bees don't want to go to them.
And I promise you, you take an ear of corn and take one of those corn kernels and go to grow it, it'll probably grow a foot tall and that's it.
I have a sweet potato that I planted because it actually started sprouting, actually started leafing out. I was like, oh, cool. Put in the ground.
Well, I wait till my potatoes have earbuds on them before I make a mash out of it. They turn it into moonshine. But it does give it a big difference in flavor. Huge difference.
You make a sweet potato moonshine or just potato?
Just russet potatoes.
Okay.
But I have had friends that made sweet potato. I have not yet. I'm planning to one day, and they like it. I've had a couple guys do a roasted sweet potato before they mashed it, and they like it even more. So,
Do you know that regular potatoes are sweeter than a sweet potato?
what did you say? What kind?
A regular potato is sweeter than a sweet potato.
I've been saying that. And that's the thing I like about my shine is you can taste the sweetness in it. It's got a little sweet taste to it. So, but everybody wants to swear up now that I make vodka just because it's potatoes. No, it's not vodka.
Well, I mean, just let them know this is different. So, going back real quick, Mark Morgan was asking about the chocolate.
Yes.
So I've been making chocolate truffles for the past 16 years or so. Because I was on a paleo kick where I didn't do any kind of like sugar. So I had to make myself some kind of chocolate. So I would make it out of fair trade cocoa, it was basically organic coconut oil, and then honey. And that was the 3 ingredients that was in my chocolate. And that's all it was. So many people would try to mimic my recipe and couldn't come up with all the measurements, the formulation. So then I created different mood enhancing chocolate from herbs.
Damn it.
So I have one that's like sensual based that gets you in the mood. And then I have another one that's for anxiety. And then another that's supposed to be for brain power.
Okay, I need to order some truckloads of that for my wife. I mean, by the truckload.
So I'm trying to figure out I can make them. So like right now, that's my dark chocolate. I can make the milk chocolate and the white chocolate, which is not really chocolate per se.
Sorry.
But I can make them, but they're not all natural like my dark chocolate are.
So the website that you have, it's easy to go around. At first, I didn't think I was getting around right. And then the search bar and all that.
Yeah, if you go by the little search thing, that makes all the difference in the world.
Yes, it does. Yep. So I figured I'd throw that in there for people because
the search helps a lot better because I had like on my website I made collections, which I make like one for detox, one for women's health, one for men's health, but it gets overwhelming. But if you just search it or type in like anxiety or whatever, you have a question, you can also message me. I can help too.
Awesome.
Not everything's out there, like I said, just because it's all overwhelming. I have over 300 different herbs. If I don't grow them and I don't, I only have certain places that I order from because I want to make sure they actually know where it's grown.
Right.
Nothing's grown in China, so don't worry about that. I have chaga mushrooms, and I actually got those from Russia before all the tariffs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's going to make all my other products that I was buying from people sourced, whatever, go up. But right now I have plenty in my warehouse to where I don't have to charge anybody astronomical prices right now.
It's good to know. Excuse me.
Very good.
Please tell me we're not doing another
No.
SHO. That was like the weirdest thing I think I've ever drank in my lifetime.
You don't have to participate.
No. Twist
I
your
did though. Look at it. It's green.
I'm proud.
I don't know what color mine is.
It was Jack until I put gummy worms in it.
Jack Daniels and gummy worms.
Yep.
Uh-oh, Lisa's got a tincture going on over there. What you got, Lisa?
Yep.
What's that?
That's the THC gummies and moonshine.
Oh, okay.
That's why when you said it was green, I'm like, I think mine's green too.
What color's your
I think
jar?
it's green. It's a dark jar.
Oh, it's amber.
I used the dark ones.
So you do extract it.
The facial expression does it all there.
It smells green.
I'm sure.
I missed it.
Don't inhale it. You're not supposed to snort it.
Wow.
I'm going to get Lisa Day up too. Eat my gummies.
Your
Just
gummies.
put the top back on. No, I'm not gonna try that.
Okay.
I'll have to have something that's better tasting than that. Ooh.
Al says I know people that just use the potato peels to make their moonshine.
Yeah.
I used to peel them before I made it. Now I just use peel it all.
God, that stunk. That was that legacy liquor that I didn't like anyway.
Is it Jim Beam, Mark, or is it Jack Daniel? Mark Morgan made a comment. A China corporation owns Jim Beam Distillery. I thought it was
I'm
Jack.
sure China corporations own everything. If you look at all the natural crap, like your Burt's Bees is not owned by Clorox. A lot of like your all natural apple cider vinegar companies that have the mother in, like Bragg's. Bragg's is now owned by another corporation. I think either Clinton's or somebody owns them now.
Wow.
Nothing is what it used to be. That's why I do what I do. But to go back to what you're talking about, gooseberries. So you're like your Indian gooseberries. That's also known as amla. It's great for growing your hair.
Those are
in my hair growth.
Are those a more red color?
Yes, they're kind of like similar to like sea buckthorn berries. That's great for growing hair. I mean, I make a hair growth oil. I make everything.
Damn, good.
Jack
I'm sure Jack Daniels is up for sale now because one of their, I think the whole thing was planned, but one of their main barrel rooms supposedly collapsed. The building collapsed and destroyed all their barrels.
Yeah.
I'll have to learn how to make my own.
I'll help you.
Okay.
You're in a good spot for it. There's a lot of really knowledgeable
Get you a still. You can make your own tinctures out of your own shine. And there you go.
I know. I wouldn't have to go anywhere. I could just grow everything here, grow everything in my friend's house.
Love it. I love it. I'm going to turn my backyard into an herbal.
Yep.
Hey, Frank. Welcome in, buddy.
I can't wait to start trying.
Well,
no, but I used your search bar and I did the pain meds, for something for pain. I always put in pain.
Potent Peace. The pain meds is Potent Peace. I'll make sure that I put my pain oil that I just used on my knee. I don't have any more pain in my knee anymore.
I need that. I'm serious. Every day, my shoulders and my fingers, terrible. Every day. There's some mornings that's all I can do to get out of bed.
It's amazing.
That's what I need. I want to be pain free. I just want to live my life and be me instead of ow.
I'm sure.
So you're on Facebook and TikTok.
I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Instagram, I don't post as much as I was, or as much as I should be, because it's not all LinkedIn. It used to be all linked up until TikTok went away for a while. Whatever, I would post on TikTok, it would go to Facebook, it would go to Instagram, but all that got messed up somehow. But I have my website. You can message me on Facebook. You can message me on TikTok. On TikTok, I'm Botanical Mama on there. Find me, message me. Mark, your fingers tingling is probably in being numb. That's in your neck.
I guarantee it is. I learned that the hard way. That's why I had surgery.
If the doctors suggest surgery, do not let them do surgery on you. Just speaking from experience. I have friends who went in for shoulder surgery and somehow they messed up their back. I have a friend from when I was younger who had a throat. They thought he had throat cancer. They went in there, did something to his neck, or he had neck surgery or something, and now he can't talk.
I had broke my neck in a motorcycle accident. They infused 4 vertebrae, and ever since, they described to me how they did it. They went in, took my esophagus, tied a string around it, pulled it to the side to get it out of the way to get to my spine, And ever since, I have a hard time swallowing food. I can chew and chew and chew and chew to the smallest little bit. You'll hear me. I'm constantly clearing my throat. Sometimes people think I'm choking on food.
Oh,
Ever since they did that, I have a hard time swallowing food.
that's not good.
But on the plus side of it, I chew my food really well.
I'm sure you do now.
Yes.
And that way,
Yeah.
at least you're able to digest your food better now.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I was getting a bad tingling in my left arm for years. I had it, and it got to the point where I couldn't even feel if I was holding a glass or something. I dropped it, and I went to the doctor. They did the X-ray, saw that I broke my neck, and yada yada. I did the surgery. A lot of people I know had the same surgery and regretted it. Mine, I regret it on some aspects, but on the other aspect, I don't have any numbness anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of things went away, and it helped, but I have a hard time turning my neck now. So,
That's not good.
yeah, like we talk about, especially nowadays, all these medical recommendations and all this stuff. I just want to give a little history of something that I learned about 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The girl I lived with at the time had a daughter, and the guy that she was dating was going to school for law school
Mm-hmm.
in Georgia. And he was taking tests for those guys in medical school. He was actually taking their tests.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it gives you an idea of what
scary.
doctors we're dealing with anymore. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they have no idea. Well, they're practicing medicine is what it's called.
Practicing.
right.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
practicing. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
To answer Drum and Son, yeah, don't put WD-40 in your body.
No.
It's like putting. It's like when they tell you if you live in the country to put old oil, use motor oil on your dogs to combat mange. Yeah, don't do it.
Absolutely, Roy. We'll definitely hook up, Roy. I've talked about that before. We definitely need to hook up. I'm not against a drive at all. Uh-oh.
That was my 15-year-old.
Oh. I was like, damn, you got one, girl.
He's going to go check on my 6-year-old who's supposed to be asleep at 10 o'clock.
That's
I
cool.
got to get them up early in the morning for school.
Joy. Do you always have a hard time waking them up?
Huh?
Do you always have a hard time waking them up?
No.
I know my mom.
Making sure the 6-year-old's, well, he has a computer, but making sure he's not on the computer at night because a week ago or so ago, found out that he had been on his computer all night long. And I woke him up in the morning. I walked in the door and he was still on the computer at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
He slept at school from 7:45 until 11:30.
Oh my God.
They sent a note home saying that he had slept all day, and I'm like, oh, good to know.
Yeah.
And just for your whatever, don't wake him up. Why? Don't wake him up.
You got it, buddy. Jump. Come on, you got it. You got it.
I used to have a real hard time waking up because other reasons, but when I was a kid in high school, and my mom would come in and wake me up, get me ready, so I could get ready for school. And I'd lay there and I'd be asleep. She had to leave for work. And she got tired of trying to wake me up. But I missed the bus, big as shit, I'd be late for school, whatever. She had a good remedy for it.
Cold water.
Ice water.
Yeah.
You get your ass up real quick.
Oh, yeah. I used to shoot my son with a water gun. Mark said that his uncle used WD-40 in his knees. I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Not long term. Well, it's kind of like in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. The guy used Windex on his body. Yeah, don't do that. That's just alcohol. It's alcohol and chemicals. Don't put that stuff in your skin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like if you look at all these people on TikTok or on Facebook, there's groups everywhere. People parasite detoxing. You don't know the side effects of that crap you're putting in your body. You're giving it to horses, and it's not good for people. But I have a parasite cleanse tea that's amazing, but it doesn't have all the chemicals and stuff that are in that stuff that those people are taking.
All right, Alma. Thanks for sharing, sweetheart. You know, I appreciate you doing what you just did. That's awesome.
There
Yep.
goes the dog.
Yep. Well, hopefully.
No,
Well-
every night my son carries his dog to bed like that. Night,
Good
kid.
night.
That's funny.
He's like, I found my dog. I'm taking my dog to bed. The little one sleeps with my son, and the other one sleeps on the sofa. Because I can't have her in bed with me. She'll push me out of bed.
Oh God.
Yeah.
She stretches out. She goes, ha, I push you out.
Yeah.
I need my room.
Yeah. I sleep here. You sleep somewhere else.
Yeah. The floor with you.
That's funny.
No,
Well,
I use the search
definitely,
bar. It comes up with everything. Pretty cool.
I'm
Can
sorry. Go ahead.
can Alma
Alma.
yeah, can they send me, can they email me first, that way they don't have to send it all out there?
Yeah.
If she can, I'll make sure that she can.
She said she sent what all cancers she had. So
Okay.
she must
I
have
just
sent
haven't
them to
seen
you.
it yet because I don't have Facebook on this computer.
That's fine. Yeah, if she can't or you didn't get it, I'll reach out to her and I'll make sure you get it, Nicole.
I appreciate it.
She
I'm
didn't
sure
send it to me, so
she's
she must have sent it to you.
I like to help as much as possible.
That's awesome. Really
Yeah.
appreciate you. I think I just recently started following you on TikTok, and I'll definitely be following more of your stuff and be in touch more often. I definitely want to have you back on the show
But
again.
yeah, I mean, I would love to be back on here as much as I can help people. I'll see if I can come, maybe like whatever start. I mean, what blooms here may not bloom where Lisa is or where you are, or whatever, because everybody's in different zones.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But maybe we can have one where people can come on and let me know what, if they're looking for a particular something that's blooming right now, something that they can use, that they can go out, pick in their yard, go to the park, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Well, I mean, because like right now, what's blooming here may not be blooming other places.
Right.
Just to try and teach people more about what's in their yard. Don't just spray it because the chemical companies want you to get rid of it.
Right. They were
Yeah.
talking about the dead nettle.
Yeah, like dead nettle right now, it's coming up. Cleavers, chickweed,
Dandelion.
dandelions, basically, and violets, wild violets. Basically, everything that's coming up in your yard right now, you can use. Except for
Yeah.
daffodils. You can't eat daffodils.
I,
And
we talked about this the other week. In fact, last
Forsythia.
week about how Lisa lives up in Maine and she just now probably still have some snow. Do you not, Lisa?
he has snow.
Yeah. we still have
Lisa
snow.
has lots of snow.
That's
Yep.
great. So yeah, down here in Florida, things grow year round. So
Yeah. Yeah. I can see the lawn now.
That's good.
Yeah. So we're getting rid of it.
those dandelions will be popping up soon.
Yes. And the plantain. I can't wait for my plantain.
Oh yeah, I forgot about plantain. Plantain's out right now too. So gather plantain. Plantain's great for well, jewelweed won't be out right now, but plantain's good for all kinds of ailments.
Plantain's
like
good for open wounds and stuff, right?
you can also eat it too. Have you ever used purslane?
Yeah.
You can eat it.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. The little plant that looks like portulaca.
Yep. Well,
We'll
there's all kinds of stuff you can grow and eat and use, and
Yeah. I didn't know it was as high in omega-3. I think purslane, isn't it the omega-3s that it's really high in?
yep.
Yeah. I would love to do that. Lisa and I've talked about that before. Once I get caught up on some things, I want to go out and do some foraging. Here in Florida, there's shit everywhere. So
I mean, you can go out and forage and do like a TikTok live or something, and then invite us onto it, and I can tell you what stuff is and what you should be finding right now.
that'd be awesome.
It's like morel mushrooms
Yeah.
you can find right now. Like I tincture different kind of mushrooms. I've got turkey tail that I tincture, lion's mane that I found, chaga. I mean, I made a chaga witch hazel because I had witch hazel at my other house, which I'm hoping I'm going to plant here too. I made witch hazel from scratch with no alcohol in it.
Wow.
Because the witch hazel you buy in the store has alcohol in it.
Right.
It's supposed to be an astringent that your grandmother used.
Yeah.
The issue is the stuff you buy in the store now has alcohol in it. You're not going to use that on your face. It's just going to dry your face out.
Right.
Dries it out.
So I actually made my own witch hazel astringent without the alcohol and put chaga mushrooms in it and then put it into a spray bottle. And I would keep that in the refrigerator. So every time I got overheated outside, I would just spray that down on my face and it would feel so much better, open your pores up. And it's just great for overall skin health.
Yeah.
Awesome. And your skin is the largest organ.
Well, right. You have to take care of it. That's why you have to use good soap. I mean, they're talking about soap going to go through the roof now.
Yeah.
Hey, I make it.
Right.
Support.
Well, also I make deodorant too. I forgot about that. I make deodorant.
Yeah.
I make a tallow-based deodorant, and then I make a plant-based deodorant. But it doesn't have the baking soda. It doesn't have all the crap in it so even if you get like the native, like the brands in Lume, whatever that they sell at Walmart, it still has other crap in it.
Yeah.
So say it says that they use like say for example, it does have baking soda in it. You know that most baking soda has aluminum in it?
Alum. Yeah, aluminum and alum.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So all your baked goods. So say for example, you're using aluminum-free deodorant, you think any kind of baked goods you have that has baking soda in it, unless it specifically says that it doesn't have alum or aluminum in it, you're ingesting aluminum. So I make heavy metal detox teas too, which everybody should do, especially before you go out in the sun, because the only reason why you burn when you go out in the sun is because your body has heavy metals in it.
Heavy metal.
I just thought it was my freckles.
I like heavy metal, but you know, but not that side, not that kind.
Lavender is jumping now, and the creeping phlox. Forsythia is another thing that's growing.
I love
well.
Forsythia. I have Forsythia. I bought this house last August and really didn't know what all was here until I got out there. And just like this past weekend, just walking around looking at all the plants I have, and I was like, oh, we're going to have so much fun. I need to find something I can do with daylilies. I have 3 huge beds of daylilies. I know I have irises, but I don't know what color I have.
Yeah.
White irises are great for health benefits, for anti-inflammatory.
Yeah. I know the
Orris
root they've been using. A friend of ours just put orris root in with her gin. It carries the flavors of the gin and the other botanicals in her gin.
Yes.
Yeah, I have orris root. I have juniper berries.
Yeah.
I actually had a friend a while ago ask me if I wanted to make my own gin. She's like, you have all this herbs. Why don't you just make a gin? And I'm like, okay.
So with that being said, do you sell the herbs or stuff like that?
I sell loose herbs. I actually have this one herb. My boyfriend described it as
marijuana.
No, he described it as, it was an alternative to marijuana. It is like a magic mushroom without all the colors.
Wow.
I like mushrooms though. I like the colors.
Back in the day, I'd have been all right with it. Now it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like when my friend smoked it, it just made her sit there. She didn't even make it to the bedroom.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'll stay away from that one.
Yeah. I like the colors. I don't want to see the walls breathe or nothing, the table melt. I don't want to see none of that.
I've never had any of that.
Yeah.
I did one years ago. It was the last time I did. 'Cause I saw myself leaving my body, looking down at me. I said, "Nope, I'm dead.
I'm
Not doing
done.
that anymore."
Are you sure that was mushrooms and not something else?
Yeah, I'm just saying, it got me away from it. I'll tell you.
Because there's some other stuff you can do too that you can go to retreats for
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
makes you have out of body experiences, and you can live 100 days or 100. What was 100 years?
Yeah, Peruvian and peyote button.
Roy made the comment. He says, "I learned a lot about, I learned about witch hazel when I took care of horses. We would wrap the horse legs to keep the swelling down."
But you have to have pure witch hazel and not the stuff you can buy now. I mean, the stuff you can buy now, they claim that it's old timey. It's not old timey. It's not apothecary. It's got other crap in it. It's hard to find real witch hazel without the alcohol, because the alcohol acts as a preservative.
Papa Smurf walk out of their television once.
Woo!
I had two
Okay,
big.
so going back where they said that their father-in-law made 20 years ago, the 100 aspirins dissolved in all the in oil of wintergreen. The oil of wintergreen is great. The problem is now aspirin is not how it was 20 years ago. So in my tincture, I have white willow bark, which is what the Native Americans used to make aspirin out of
Right.
before it became chemical.
Right. Salicylic.
I was going to ask about that because that's been brought up before about white willow bark.
Yep.
I have in my heal all tea, the main ingredient in there is white oak bark.
White
I
oak.
like white oak.
Yeah.
I put my moonshine in it and make a whiskey.
Yep. To age it.
I got a
To be
barrel.
medicinal.
I mean, if people only realize, so when I first started my company, when I was getting my property or my product insurance, the insurance company asked me if there was anything I was going to use with magnolia bark, and I was like, yeah, why? Oh, well, don't say that because then we won't be able to insure you.
Unbelievable. Oh my God.
Somebody had asked about magnolia the other day.
Yeah.
We don't have them other than, they're ornamental.
Their magnolia bark is amazing. You can't use the leaves.
I have a magnolia tree right behind me.
There's a lot, but not all magnolia trees are the same. So like sycamore trees, you can't use the leaves, you can't use the flowers, but you can use the bark and the root.
So that's the stuff that I learn is because you guys all have different things.
I'm sorry, Lisa, I interrupted you.
You guys all have different things growing that we don't have.
Right.
I
think the one I have is the Grand Flora.
Yeah, you can use that one. Like here, like I wanted to have a Jane magnolia, what they call a tulip magnolia.
Yep.
The first ones that bloom, the pink ones.
Yep.
I would love to have one of those. At my old house, I had a huge one of those, and I had a yellow one, which they called a butterfly magnolia. But they didn't get as big as the Jane magnolia or the regular Grand Floras or the other teacup magnolias.
Yeah. So we don't get them here.
Is this something that you do full time, or do you have another job or on the side? Or
so I'm trying to make this more of my full-time job. My full-time job for years has been that I'm an accountant controller. I'm not a CPA. I do tax prep. I do bookkeeping for construction, automotive companies, whatever I need to do.
Cool.
But I would rather Crush Botanicals Apothecary be my main source of income.
That's awesome.
Because that's where my love is. I would rather it be that way. Especially since the job market is so overwhelmed right now with accounting people who claim they know accounting. I've been doing accounting now for 25, almost 30 years.
Wow.
I'd rather do this.
Yeah.
If your work is something that you love, you're not working.
Right. I mean, and I was working full time and I had my store, but having a storefront is okay, but where it's located from where I'm living now is an hour and 15 minutes away.
Oh, wow.
And I closed it last year because it was too expensive, all the overhead, the insurance, the rent, the utilities, all that stuff. I'm hoping that here we can enclose one of my carports in or my basement and make that a store that we can have on property. So that way I can make the products.
Well, that's cool that you say that too, because I've seen videos before on TikTok and Facebook where people that have a few acres, they'll do that. They'll put a storefront out on their property.
Yeah.
People come and buy their product right there.
Right. And that's what I'd like to do because where I'm living, I live in North Georgia where it's a resort town. And the rent out here is stupid.
We have friends in North Georgia. North Georgia Steel Company.
Well, I know they're in Dahlonega. I know that. But I like them. I mean, I love Dahlonega, but I live in Blue Ridge. And it's 1,800 square foot building here. Rent alone is $4,500 a month.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
So between utilities, your rent, your insurance, having to pay somebody to work at your store, having to buy the inventory, make the stuff, yada, yada, yada. By the time you're done with that, you have to have $23,000, $24,000 in sales or revenue a month.
Right.
In order to even have a slight profit or break even.
Right.
Yes, that's the accounting. But
That's
no,
crazy.
I'm not going to do that.
It's like when I had a gentleman approach me about starting a distillery, and we got to looking around at different buildings and whatnot. And then when you add in the laws for opening a distillery,
Yep.
it gets
And all
crazy.
your excise taxes.
So, first of all, before I even apply for the license, I have to show a place of where I'm going to have the distillery.
Yeah.
And while I'm waiting for it to get the license, I still have to pay rent on that property.
Yeah.
It could take months and months before I even get a license.
Yeah.
And so I'm paying rent on this property, $5,000 a month, and I don't have anything going on. I can't because I'm not legal.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
That's crazy.
I also work part-time for a wine importer. And the wine importer wanted me to become a broker in the state of Georgia because they're a wholesaler.
Yeah.
So that way they could sell the wine and everything to me, and then I could turn around and sell it to them.
Right.
No,
Right.
because the ATF would come down on me, and I would have to pay for the brokerage license, and I would have to do all that. And I would rather work for them on a part-time basis and just sell my herbs.
I don't know about the state of Georgia, but I know the state of Florida, there's a 3-tier system. You have to have a wholesaler, a retailer, and the maker. So,
Well, they're the importer.
and you
So
can't,
I would be the broker between them being the importer and them being the wholesaler. That's what it would have to be, unfortunately. So I don't know what else we would have to do. I mean, it was going to be $500 to $1,000 for me to become the broker.
wow. I have a couple of friends that are brokers. They're not doing much with it. So
To make money for somebody else.
Right. I would be making her money, and I don't want to have to do that. I would rather me make money, and I just work for them. I think it's 14 hours every 2 weeks.
hey, April Parker, good to see you. Thank you so much.
People keep sneaking around behind me. Right? Nothing.
Tell him everybody on camera saw you on camera will think you're sexy.
That's not good. That's not good.
That's why I come out in the shine shed. I don't get interruptions of people walking by.
I don't have a shine shed. I have a barn, but there's no power up there.
Well, we got to work on that.
Yes.
Get you a shine shed. You make your own shine so you can make your own tinctures.
I don't know. I need to make my own. Well, I make my own tinctures, but I need my own alcohol so I can make my own tinctures.
Right.
That's what I meant.
I know. I just.
Yep.
That's
No,
I'll
awesome.
get there
awesome.
one day.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Nicole, it's been awesome having you. I can't wait to have you back. I've learned so much, and it's been so entertaining. And
Thank
I'm
you.
definitely going to be visiting that website. No
Thank
question.
you so much for having me. Everybody come visit my website, message me. Let me know how I can help you.
Absolutely. You're going to get tired of hearing from me. Like, oh my God, him again?
And there are 2 Mark Morgans.
There are 2 Mark Morgans.
Okay.
We have this Mark Morgan and Shadow Mark Morgan.
The
Okay.
Shadow Mark Morgan's making the comments right there.
Got
Yeah,
a pretty white
well,
coat.
let me know how I can help everybody. I'm here to help.
Absolutely. You'll definitely be hearing from me. And I can't wait to have you again. Well,
Yeah.
I'd like to have you on every show.
All right, sounds good. Just let me know. I'll be there.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
good. Everybody
Thank you.
call it a night. And I think I'll go over to TikTok and be around for a little while.
Let me know. I'll be on there tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing probably some videos tomorrow, posting some videos when I make some products tomorrow. I'm making tallow butters and tallow sugar scrubs tomorrow.
Nice.
I just want to come out and hang out with you. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Very cool. But come back and see us
for sure.
anytime.
But then the more I learn from you, then the more you would lose me as a customer. So I don't know.
Well, no, I don't put everything in there.
All right. Well, I'd have to learn some of that on my own, wouldn't I?
Yes, you will. They'll be hit and miss for you.
Gotta have some secrets.
Okay.
Right,
Thank you guys. Have a good evening.
Thank you and everybody else. Thanks for coming in and
Everybody.
watching.
Thank
See
you,
again
Nicole.
this time next week.
All right.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
Lisa.
Next week,
Bye.
same time. Bye, guys.
Bye.